panelists at the head table, and also key personnel and stakeholders in the discourse of the ICT in this country. So I'm also delighted to be here at this very thought-provoking intellectual discourse. Of course, the topic is current, and also more thought is needed in this topic because we are going through a revolution of ICT, and that is why this is a timely topic. So, in the interest of time, I would like to just offer some thoughts on the topic. Freedom of expression has been spoken about already. I think we should not. I should not deal with that much, but of course, the distinguished panelists will also enlighten you all. So, I would rather think of international dimensions and balancing of rights and what we can offer in going forward as a nation. So, as you know, the Sri Lankan, one of the architects of the ICT, two architects in the ICT legal instructor is here. I have my respect to you, sir, to enlighten us on the very outset of the ICT revolution in terms of legal aspects. And also one of the other pioneering person, Dr. Aberatna, is also making this conference, and also he will add his thoughts on this. But there's, from a cyber domain perspective, we have to see the freedom of expression and its impact on the prevention of harm to the other in the society. So that is a very current and timely discourse that we have to. So in terms of the ICT perspective, as you know, the computer and other devices have taken much of our life today. And then, as a result of that, there are many issues emanating from the use of the devices. So, should we have freedom of expression in an information society to harm somebody's interests, privacy interests, and also very personal information? And you can remember not far away, not long time ago, that an incident of a student who went to class and eventually lost her life in a place in an adjacent hotel. So I think if we have adequate legal infrastructure in the country, we would be able to address this issue, because I think I read for this symposium few case studies in abroad. So that kind of situation could have been avoided if we have adequate legal infrastructure. But in the global scenario, we don't have much straightforward provisions to rely on. Therefore, I think we need to reflect on the emerging experience of other countries as well. I think we need to look at international best practices, and when I perused some of the literature, I found that the Budapest International Convention on Cybercrime, Budapest Convention, and it has two protocols, and the second protocol should be the second protocol to the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime ensure better protection of those who fall victim to cybercrime. So I think this is a powerful stimulus tool for in fighting against the abuse of freedom of expression on the internet. So that will be a good take home message for us to look into the law reform perspective. Of course, Sri Lanka has already acceded to Budapest Cybercrime Convention, and it is therefore not that difficult for us to think about the Protocol 2 of the Budapest Convention. And also, we then we have to think from a very, I'm speaking from academic perspective, how to balance the rights. Because on one hand, we have to respect freedom of expression. That is one of the cornerstone or bedrock of our modern democratic societies. On the other hand, how to prevent abuse of rights of the others on the internet. So that delicate balance has to be struck, and in that I would say that we have to think about the jurisprudence approach on, for example, how to strike the proper balance, careful balance through Roscombe's theory of social engineering, where we have to balance. In a democratic society, we need to ensure that freedom of expression is preserved and respected. On the other hand, individual privacy and the right of the victims should have to be protected. So how to strike the proper balance? In that, I think the solution, the social engineering concept has to be adopted in my argument. And as you know now, the cybercrime landscape is growing, and I just looked at European statistics. Approximately 431 million people worldwide were victims of cybercrime, and 14 adults per second are targeted in cybercrime related abuses and violations. So I think in that regard, time is right for us. There's a compelling case for us to address the teething problem of cybercrime in the pretext of freedom of expression. So we need to properly address this issue without letting it to become a social problem. So I want to see that the school children and the younger generation not be the target of are not falling into the victim of cybercrime in the future. I think I have taken that time. Thank you very much. I just wanted to offer some thoughts, and we can also have a discussion thereafter. Thank you.